Hey friend, I'm so glad you're here. Today we're painting the absolute easiest watercolor birthday card ever. Nothing fancy, nothing stressful, just a few candles, some happy color, and a slow, cozy pace. This is a real-time paint with me, so we're not rushing it and we're not trying to be perfect. If you're brand new to watercolor, or if you just want to relax your brain, you're in the right place. So grab your supplies, whatever ones you have, take a deep breath, and let's paint together. Here are the supplies I used, but if you are already panicking, your supplies are different, I'm going to stop you right there. Don't worry about that. Take a deep breath. Just use what you have. I'm using a watercolor card that I got on Amazon. It's not my favorite, but we can talk about that another day. I've got 2 cups of water. Mine are little fruit jars, a towel, washcloth, or you could even use paper towels, some artist tape, or you could use masking or painter's tape. I'm using a quill brush from Meeden, but really any paintbrush will work. My Myleon watercolor palette by Paul Rubens. I've also got a pencil, Sharpie marker, and a white Jelly Roll pen. Now don't worry if your supplies are different. We're just here to have fun. And this tutorial is beginner friendly on purpose. I really want to just show you that you can do this, and this portion is not sped up so you can paint along with me in real time and pause if you need to. I'm adding 2 pieces of artist tape across the middle to mask off the center so no paint will bleed through. And I'm taking my time. I'm not trying to be perfect. I have activated my paints ahead of time by spritzing them with water first and then letting them rest for just a moment or two. And then I pick a color that makes my heart happy, and we're just going to be making rectangle shapes. You could have made puddles ahead of time, of paint, so do whatever works best for you. I just pulled paint from the palette. You take the paint-loaded brush and pull down to start to form a rectangle. And you can even pencil this in ahead of time if that makes you more comfortable, but just remember, if you paint over the pencil lines, those will stay. I personally don't mind that, and I could have done that, but I was just winging it here. This is one of those projects that looks cute but doesn't really ask a lot from you. It's perfect for you if you're brand new to watercolor and you want an easy handmade card idea, or you feel intimidated by painting, or want a relaxing, low-pressure, creative break. Remember, simple is still beautiful, and handmade always matters. And you can think about it this way. Candles are just rectangles and the flames are just teardrop shapes. Uneven or wonky lines add charm. And I'm not worrying about being perfect, y'all, and you shouldn't either. Even if yours is not looking exactly like mine, it's okay. Candles are a great place to practice letting go a little bit. You can add as many or as little candles as you want. You can make them any color you want. Remember, this is your art and you make the rules. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I wanted to keep this real time, and as I'm just grabbing another color to put down on the paper, I'm just choosing whatever color I want. It doesn't really matter. Although, if you kind of look ahead at your calendar and you're like, oh, I want to make a card for a specific person. Like, for example, my niece Ellie. Hey girl, if you're watching. She likes the color purple, so maybe I want to do a bunch of purple candles, okay? Or if it's for a little girl's first birthday, you might want to do one pink candle or something like that. My point is, it's totally customizable, and it's going to be so special because it's coming from you. Now, do I always make customized birthday cards? No. I really wish, and I'm trying to do better this year by looking ahead and making my cards ahead of time so that way I'm prepared. But I also like to make different birthday cards, not just with candles on them too. But so you can see how long this is taking me. It's really not that long. Now it's time to make the flames. I make little teardrop shapes, and I didn't even fill them in all the way. Nice and slow. Easy strokes. And I used a darker yellow than I actually intended to, but it's okay. You could have used purple if you wanted to, because people will know what it's supposed to be. And while it was still wet, I went back and added some orange and a bit of red to kind of, make it look more like flames. As I'm looking at this, I can see that my candles aren't even, and that's okay. You can be more precise if you want to. I did not. I go back and forth and I fuss and fidget a little bit. It's easier to add more color and watch it kind of bloom and do its thing if it's still wet. So I'm trying to work quickly, but as you can see, it's also not like super quick, super fast. I'm just taking my time, and I'm just kind of enjoying painting. And you may want to make your flames a different way. You may want to make them a specific color or something like that. Like I said a moment ago, you can make them any color you want because people are going to know what they're supposed to be. So that's part of the fun in it. You can just do your own thing. And then I didn't really have a plan going into this as far as like how many candles I was going to put on there, what color, what order. I didn't do that all ahead of time. You can if you want to. I'm just trying to show you how easy it is to make a card for a friend or a family member or something like that. And I'm kind of running out of things to talk about because while I wanted to show you actual real time and allow you an opportunity to pause if you needed to, it's also kind of like, okay, you see what I'm doing. So that's why a lot of times I post the short videos, because I just think it's like, okay, you probably already get it and you're getting bored. But if you're getting bored, you can either skip ahead, or if you're needing more time, you can totally pause the video. There's nothing wrong with saying, oh my gosh, I'm not there yet. Wait, slow down. Pause the video, catch up, take a deep breath, and keep painting. Then, because I like to get on to the next thing, I used my heat tool to dry the painting. And now we'll remove the tape. You can use a fine liner or some other type of pen. I'm just using a Sharpie, and I'm outlining the top and bottom of each candle, and then also the flames. This is the part where you do not have to do it exactly. I mean, you can if you want to, but I don't, and I just call it whimsical. And we are keeping this simple. Loose lines are better than stiff lines. And if you had drawn pencil lines in the beginning, this is the part where you could kind of intentionally cover it up. And this is the part where if you want to fix things, you can. Like on this one, I don't know what I would want to fix, but you can see that I drew the lines around the shapes, but not exactly, because that's my style, illustrative and whimsical. And also, I said this was going to be real time, but I did cut out the portion where I'm just drying the painting, because you can either let it dry or you can make it dry, or you can do a combination of both, you know. So I did cut out that part. Okay, back to the painting. I did pencil in the words happy birthday, and this isn't anything fancy, just some handwriting with a little personality. I tried to do like a faux calligraphy for happy, and then I wrote birthday in print and added a line to make each letter. I was just trying to make it all fit, you know. And like I said in the beginning, this is in real time. I did it in pencil in case I wanted to erase it or redo it, and you can do that, or if you're confident, just go for it. And once you get what you like, then take a Sharpie marker or whatever kind of marker or pen that you want to use and go over the penciled words and make them darker. I'm going slow because there's no rush, and I'm not being timed. This isn't a race. Just do it at your own pace. For the faux calligraphy, if you've never seen that before, you write a word in cursive, and then wherever there's a downstroke in the letter, thicken up that line. I don't do that great of a job at it, and I don't need to practice my lettering skills, but I don't always make time for that. I think I'm a combination of confident and also I want to write it down. I mean, it's just the way that I am. And I have cut out a couple parts, but for the most part, this is real time. This is how long it's taking me. In fact, this little segment right here where I'm writing the word happy and birthday, it takes me just a couple minutes, like 2 minutes, I think this little section is, and I am just carefully writing. Now, what I didn't like about the paper, the little card that I'm using, is it's got a heavy texture on it on one side and then a smoother texture on the other. So I'm painting on the heavier textured side, which I believe is the correct side for me to be painting on, but I just find it not very, like, it's not super compatible with me writing. I feel like the ridges make it uneven a little bit. I don't know how to explain that, but the Strathmore cards, I have some Strathmore cards. Those are awesome. I like those a lot. They're a little bit more expensive, but for me, it would be worth it to have a little bit more of an expense to have a type of card that I like and be a little bit more pleased with the results. But again, this is an inexpensive card. This turns out cute. I would like to get it, and I think that friends and family would like to get it too. And I just think it turns out cute, and it's easy to do. And it's inexpensive. So anyway, that's what I was going to say about the paper, you know, when I mentioned it earlier. So also, after you're done using a marker, let it set or kind of like dry for a bit before erasing lines so you don't have any smudges. So now we're in the home stretch. Everything is dry. And now I think it's time to zhuzh it up a bit. So I get out my white Jelly Roll pen and I add some details to the candles. it adds the right touch of whimsy, And this card is totally gift worthy. You absolutely can do this, I know. And it's also such a good reminder that you don't need a complicated project to make something special. It's more about the heart behind what you're creating. Sometimes I do things and I look at it and I might be super critical of it. Like, oh, this didn't turn out or that didn't turn out. Or when I outlined the orange candle on this one, I didn't outline it correctly. But I mean, truthfully, I like it. I think it turns out fine. And I think that people will see or perhaps feel the heart behind what I made and what I'm giving them. And I hope they know that, I did take the time to make them a card because I care about them. I think they'll appreciate it. And I'm just finishing up with some glitter pen and going over a couple things. This is not necessary, it's just extra, but I have a glitter pen, so I'm gonna try to use it. And that's it, y'all. A finished birthday card made slowly and simply. I hope this showed you that watercolor doesn't have to feel intimidating or complicated to be meaningful. If you enjoyed this longer paint with me, I also share short, bite-sized watercolor videos for quick inspiration and easy ideas when you don't have a lot of time. You can find those in my shorts. They're perfect for a little creative boost. You can find me in all the places. My handle is Our Gray House, and I appreciate so much you joining me and painting with me today. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.